Hello, guys, and welcome on back. We are here with some racing with magentically,
Hi.
and I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. So take it away.
Yeah, thanks for that, Tom. Hello, everyone. Yeah, I'm magentically, as Tom already said. This is a test drive unlimited one run, and this will be the Tour of the Island category. Estimating around 1 hour 20 minutes. So let's just start. We'll make a new profile just for FTLG, and we'll start the game. New game, and timer starts when we get past this cutscene. So I just choose this character every time, and 3, 2, 1, and off we go. So first of all, we have to choose our first car. We choose the Mercedes SLK just because it's the fastest one.
Your itinerary is being recalculated.
And we drive to the real estate agent. So something about how we start the game. There is a little trick that you can use when you load into cutscenes that have camera selection, like choosing cars. You can double tap right or left, whichever way you're going with the camera. That way you can
At the next intersection,
skip the camera panning cutscene.
Turn right.
So now we're just driving to the real estate agent as fast as possible.
Your destination is 1.5 miles away.
Using 7th gear possibly. Yeah, 7th gear.
Your destination is 1 mile away.
Yeah, 1 mile away. It's not much until we drive to the real estate agent. It's just a straight line. Once we get to the real estate agent, we're gonna buy our first house and first car. We're gonna choose the Audi TT RS for the first car. So yeah, and here we are at the real estate agent. Spam enter to not have to stop. Buy the first house.
Big donation if you have the time.
Yeah, of course.
To give it out.
Of course.
So we got a donation from the runner from the previous race, DJ, with $100.
Your itinerary is being
I missed a
recalculated.
knife and lost the race, so I'm paying up. Thanks for having me on this event. Good luck to all the runners. Thank you so much, DJ. Much appreciated.
That's good.
Your destination
So
is 1.5
we
miles
used
away.
the panning skip cutscene trick on the car dealer there
Turn right.
to skip the camera panning. So instead of letting the camera kind of slowly pan, let me change gear, slowly pan from the left to the right to the next car, we double tap right, so it skips from the A3 to the TTRS, like that. We don't need to choose any colors. No, we don't have to choose any rims either. Just pick what's there and go with it. Now we're driving to the first race, but we will be unlocking another mission via driving to the first race. So as you can see on the GPS on the left bottom corner, we were told to go another way. We went another way. We went a bit longer out, but we turned right instead of left for the race. And we will hit this exact lamp post.
We're driving in the wrong direction. Please turn around.
This way we unlock a later mission called Enzo Delivery, which is located at that car park beside that lamp post.
Reached your destination.
Because in this game, if you do not have some place unlocked, you cannot teleport there, and we want to be teleporting everywhere. We start from 3rd gear just to avoid having to change gears. The gearbox in this game is sometimes very temperamental, so we prefer to have at least gear changes as possible. This is our first race. It's fairly simple. It's a straight line. AI have very bad driving lines, as you can see. So there is not much challenge in this race. After this mission there is one more race, I think, and we will be doing Enzo Delivery, which is kind of the pivoting point of this run, Enzo Delivery, because It is considered the hardest mission. With any fast driving in this game, there is a lot of RNG. Since, we have to talk about this. There is two ways to play this game. You can play it with full screen and have very high settings, or play windowed mode, which forces anti-aliasing to off and low scenery detail, which also makes the render distance very small, as you will be able to see with, for example, trees on the road. They will be popping in very kind of right in front of me. Which is a problem more so with render distance with cars. As you may be able to see, I'm sure we will be able to see with the Corvette later on in the run, and probably with the Ferrari as well. Render distance is very important for spawning traffic cars, which sometimes if you're going too fast, like with the Corvette or Ferrari, you're going, I'd say, 200 miles per hour. The cars will not spawn in time. So sometimes we will be going along on the road, it's perfectly like free road, no traffic, and then suddenly, boom, we crashed into a cop car that we didn't see. So yeah, that is a problem, but you just have to deal with it and move on. Yeah, I hit a lamppost there, went too wide, but spawning the return to track button, if you crash into something, it kind of teleports you onto the road. So not much time lost. Another time will be discovering a new place to be able to teleport to it later. We'll be driving here, crashing into a tree, and teleporting back into the direction we want to go. As you can see on the minimap, that bit of road has turned light blue, which indicates that we have discovered it and we will be able to teleport there, which is very important because there is a race located there. A race that we'll be wanting to complete later on in the run. So now we're driving back to the safe house, just to get into it, because it is a requirement by the game to let us race anywhere. We have to go back to the safe house. Skipping the cutscene with enter, then spamming out to get out, and using another trick in this game, which is that while you're in the cutscene, you can spam the accelerator button to be able to start the engine before you actually land, because the camera shot is like when you're looking down onto the world in a cutscene. You are looking down, but like everything is loaded in. So you're looking down from above the map, but that is not a cutscene. That's like just a camera shot above the actual map, which means that you can still drive theoretically. You don't have enough time to drive, but you can start the engine and sometimes even select a gear in this kind of loading sequence, which we'll be using to start the engine, more so on the Corvette. So now another race, which will take us to Enzo Delivery next. The AI not much of a problem. So this is a braking point right here. Just as you cross the hill, you can brake, spam the gear down button, and you should change the third, fourth gear, and it'll be great. So now we're approaching the final corner. Pretty much same thing as you go downhill.
Turn right.
So you then want to change gear there.
Turn right.
Yeah. And we go to the next race, which is Enzo Delivery. Here we use a tactic, I'm pretty sure, because I only found Evil, sorry, not Evil, using it, which is the different route for Enzo Delivery, which is not the safe route by any means. You'll see why in a second. This is the point where many people hate TDU. I'm gonna choose 5th gear. I usually go 5th gear. 6th gear can be a bit too fast and you can start getting problems with render distance. Oh, and you can see we already had some traffic weaving into us. 5th gear is the best bet. Just go as fast as possible, try and just do it fast and pray that the AI doesn't do bad things to you. Yeah. We can't afford too much crashes though, because this money that we get from this mission we'll go towards getting the Corvette. So if we get like 40k, we have to restart the mission. Must be noted that going off the track and crashing into things decrease our payout. So we have 56. I'm sure that it's still okay. I'm gonna restart for safety. Okay, I'm gonna try to focus this time and not talk. I'll explain all of this after I'm done with this mission. Okay, it's not bad to restart once. Let's go 5th gear and pray. Okay, the most difficult part is out of the way, thankfully. He says that he probably pins it into the wall or something. I hope not. This part you will be probably able to see. I'm sure a cop car will spawn, it always does. Yeah, you just saw there. Yeah, you can see probably the sparks. That's pretty much just the render distance being too small, and we're going at a fast speed, and it just happens. Traffic is a big problem. Yeah, well, I'll try and finish this mission and just not restart this.
Dispatch 11. Stop searching and resume patrol. I repeat, 10:16 and 10:1.
Marathon lock as always. I was doing this mission before the stream, like 15 minutes before the stream, and it went perfect first time, and now it's marathon lock. But okay, we'll continue and try not to bore you. Slowing down here because traffic love to do the kind of side swipe thing, stopping across the road. There is not so much safe strats for this mission, so going slower will just lose you time. That's the problem. And the problem is you can't go slow enough to avoid the traffic. Mostly because I think Enzo is just a really bad car. It is a point and shoot cannon. You point it in the direction, you press gas and it just goes. Yeah, I already saw that there was traffic there, so jumping across that road would not be a good idea. Because we would be hitting two traffics at a time. Okay. This motorway looks alright so far. Grinding along those barriers is a bad decision on corners, because those barriers are very, they have jutting bits, I'll call it that way. They have jutting bits, and they can spin you, which is less than ideal if you go spinning across the highway at 170 miles an hour with traffic. Oh God almighty, this is such a bad...
Be on the lookout for a Ferrari. Driver has fired for traffic offenses.
I'm sorry guys, but this is just how it is. This is RNG. Alright, we'll take the GPS route this time and you can see how it is with the different route.
Turn right.
Since GPS route is kind of safer because it guides you through.
Turn left.
Yeah, you can see going speed limit is not a great idea. Problem is that after this race we have only, or race mission, We have only one race, so we have to get around 60k.
At the
In
next
money.
intersection, turn right.
We'll just go further, I guess.
You are driving in the
Matt
wrong
RPD
direction.
says
Please
kek.
turn right.
Yes, kek. Kek indeed. That's a way to put it. Ah, that's
You are
invisible
driving
traffic
in the
again.
wrong direction. Please turn right. You are driving in the wrong direction. Please turn right.
We have to get around 60k because there is only one more race after this to make up cash. So we have to get enough cash in this event. We can't kind of, oh, we'll get it later on. No, there is no place to get it after this mission. You either get 60k or you restart. That's just ends the delivery.
Turn left.
I hope I didn't kill the view count of this marathon by just failing Enzo delivery twice, but okay. We carry on. Yeah, go ahead.
No, we're all good. We're fine. Just marathon for you. Stuff happens.
Adam 6, dispatch 11. Stop searching and resume patrol. I repeat, 10-16 and 10-1. Come on, dispatch, the suspect can't be far.
There was invisible traffic, maybe you saw.
Adam unit, resume station.
Okay, we're nearly onto the highway, thank God.
Turn right.
Short shift into port, try and not have any wheel spin.
Turn left.
Marathon gods are always active, says Tompano in the chat. Yes, indeed. Yes. This car is also very loud. I hope no one is getting headaches from it. Sounds like a blender. Kind of. Yeah, traffic being traffic. Oh, okay, we didn't get money deducted from that, which is kind of lucky. Try and grind the wall, not go onto this lane. Although traffic can go onto the emergency lane, or stop in the middle of the road. Yes.
Dispatch 11 to all
And that's another invisible traffic.
Out for a Ferrari. Driver has priors for traffic offenses.
Yeah, let's take it nice and easy through this last exit. Imagine it spawns like right here. It didn't. Good. Thank God. Alright, let's go to the next race, which is this one, Asphalt Heater. Ah, yes. We'll be unlocking the real estate agent for high value houses in here. I'll try do it on the first lap. If it doesn't work, I'll do it on the second lap. It just sometimes it doesn't work.
Turn left.
Sometimes it doesn't want to detect. And yeah, cool. So as you can see, that bit of road has turned light blue, which means it is unlocked. So we'll be able to teleport to that real estate agent, which is good because sometimes if you're wanting to teleport to places by teleporting to a nearby road, then it's very hard to find that road and find an exact spot without teleporting to a, you know, how would I say it? It's hard without zoom, and zooming loses you time. So
Turn left.
yeah, that try not to have to zoom. So So AI not a big problem again. They can't even keep to the road. Second gear. And done. Okay, now we buy the Corvette. Z06.
When you buy a vehicle, make sure that
Ooh,
it-
see, we had 60k and we just about had enough to buy the Corvette, which is good. Yeah, see, sometimes it's hard on zoomed out maps to see where you want to teleport. So we do this race, which is pretty much a straight line with one corner. Pretty much what it is. If we get non-premium cars, we have to restart, and that looks like some premium cars. That is good. If we got like Audi TTs, we would have to restart because of the thing that we do after this. Requires a car that is of high value to spawn as AI, so we can bet with it. So I might as well explain this now. After this race, we exploit the quick challenge feature
at the
to
next
gain 220,000 from a single AI. The problem is that there is 3 categories of AI that can spawn in this game. You can get AI that you can only bet 100 cash per single race, 1000 cash per single race, or 10,000 cash per single race. We want the guy with 10,000 cash per single race. But the problem is that only guys with like Lamborghinis and Maseratis can do that. So we need a very good car to spawn, which is, from what I experienced, there is no confirmation, we haven't confirmed this yet. It seems to be connected to what AI is in that race. But there was a Morgan and I believe a Maserati in that race, so should be good. And I can already see that there is a premium AI in this race because there is Dan. And Dan drives a Lamborghini Gallardo. So I want to spam challenge button, he will not decline. And good. Good to get it first time. And now this is the funny bit. You can see we set the race on the other side of the road, like 200 meters from where we start, but on the other side of the road. Now this type of road in the game has a problem, and you will see what that problem is. So I'll just let him pass. He goes on the right hand side of the road, the finish line is on the left hand side of the road, and we win. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're gonna do for the next few minutes. We set the race a bit further ahead, like the minimum distance the game will allow us on the other side of the road. He goes further on the left side, we'll just let him go. Yeah, look, he goes left. And we go right and we win. Yeah. Yeah, TDU is a game with no obvious flaws. And there is a good explanation why that happens. You can see on the GPS on the left bottom side when the race starts, the route that the GPS has calculated, and that's the official route of the race, is 1.1 miles. Because the game cannot differentiate between a road that doesn't have separators between them, so like a concrete barrier, or a road that has grass like this. So it thinks, oh, you can't cross the road, surely not. So it just lets us drive onto the other side of the road. And if we were to follow that guy, he would go probably to the next intersection, turn around, and then go back onto that side of the road. So yeah, we do this to get 220,000 cash, 225 to be exact, at which point we will be able to get the house and get cars. Also, you will see here that doing instant races also gets us achievements, which the whole category, Tour of the Island, Tour the Island is the name of a race around the whole map, which takes around 30 to 40 minutes. And it's pretty much kind of the end game race in TDU. Since TDU doesn't really have like goals, say in like some games you might have a goal, oh beat the entire story, beat the antagonist. In this there is not really any real goals. It depends what you want to do. Do you want to get an expert rank of driver and that's your goal, or do you want to collect all the cars? Then you can do all the races to get that money. What is your goal? It depends. So yeah, we're doing achievements to get expert rank, which is kind of like a rank you get for doing different achievements. They kind of sum up the amount of points and then you get the achievement. We're doing that to get expert rank, and at expert rank Tour of the Island unlocks. So we'll be buying a 10 garage house for 220,000, which we will get actually free money for. Then we'll be buying some very specific cars to get achievements for collector. Collector achievements for different brands, for example, for like Mercedes, Ford, Audi, or Chevrolet, yeah. And then when we have all those cars, when we get all the achievements, we'll sell the cars. So we have just a full 4-house garage. We'll sell the big house that we bought for 220,000. And we'll tune the Corvette, do a few more missions just to get some extra points to get some clothes, to get the clothes achievement, and then we'll have Tour of the Island. There is of course many things you could do as a speedrun in TDU. There is so many things. You could do expert rank, you could do, I think there's master rank as well, but Tour of the Island is the most popular category. Also with this race, just a thing to point out, as you may see if you pay close attention, as the race starts, we start behind the finish line, and as we start the race, look at the marker of the finish line. It doesn't appear unless you cross the start line. So you could theoretically, because the Corvette has so much power, you could like spin here, but you can't. Look, yeah, the finish line marker only appeared when I crossed the start line. So you have to cross the start line, then do the 180. Just a fun thing, because I tried doing that once, tried spinning before the start line, and doesn't work. Yes, so I think we're very close to the goal now.
3, 2, 1, go!
Spin it round, go to the finish line, and if there is an AI that can stop you, it also helps to kind of get out of the race quicker, but it's not a big problem. Can we get one more in this way? Yes, we can. So we're 140k, that's around 6 races left. They only take like 6 seconds, 8 seconds. Also, if you're wondering if this guy maybe at some point, you know, maybe he'll give up, maybe he'll go home and, you know, save some of his money. No, he doesn't. He'll lose all his money on this racing. He doesn't give up, like, he thinks that this is fair. He doesn't see a problem. We're going this way now. It's best to get at least as little races in the other direction as possible. Because the races that you go onto the other side, like straight, they're the fastest. Lambo has a better launch than the Corvette, so I just let him past. It doesn't matter if he gets past us. Tompano says he's committed. Yeah, this guy is committed, yes. He's committed to losing all his money. Start on 4th gear.
3, 2, 1, go!
And 6-second race. 180,000. I think we'll have to do. It's 180. Yeah, that'll be 5 races. Because problem is we'll have 220, but the house costs 225. So it's better if you do Enzo delivery and get like 75,000, because then you're doing one less race. If you get what I mean, yeah. Because then you have a 5,000. If there's any donations, then it's a good time.
Donations in at this time, but I can say that the donation link is in chat if anyone is interested in doing so, and that we are about $75 from the next goal.
That's very little left.
2, 1, go!
I was kind of hoping that the car would crash onto the AI and autopilot, but unfortunately it missed. Should be the last 2 races perhaps, yeah.
2, 1, go!
Last 2. Yeah, one more race we have to do because we have 220,000. Ah, we have to go the other way. That's a pain. Three, two, one, and go! Last time this man is losing his money. We'll let him go after this one. And we can back out. Switch to the exploration mode. Go by the
To expand your garage
220,000.
capacity, pass by your listing.
Okay, now this is where it gets fun and confusing, and it's easy to miss things. We have to teleport to Ford. We teleport to Ford first because it's the longest distance that we have to drive. And we have the Corvette already equipped, using it. So we can just use the Corvette to get there fast. Here. We buy the first Mustang. Doesn't matter what color, what rims, anything. We get back into the dealer. Buy the second Mustang. Buy the Audi A3, since we already have the TT. And no. We go into the Chevy dealer and we pretty much buy everything they have. C6 Corvette, Saturn Sky, and I believe it's the Chevrolet SSR. Okay, now we go to the Nissan dealer, and this is kind of important that we buy the 350Z first, then the Nismo, because we'll be driving a tiny bit in the Nismo and the Nismo is faster. So I buy the Nismo now. And now we use teleport. Teleport a bit further to the Mercedes dealer. Ah, it teleported us backwards. Also, this car takes an age to start. Yeah, we have Pro rank now. So we're pretty close to Expert rank. Okay, now we buy the Mercedes CLK, and we'll have to sell some of our old cars. Which is good, because we don't care about them, because we already have the collector achievements for them. Yeah, that's cool. Now we sell the house that we bought for 225,000 because we don't need the garage spaces anymore and we want the money. No, we don't want to buy. And then we go back into the Mercedes dealer. We buy the SLK and the CLS. CLS we just buy to have the achievement for Mercedes. Okay, now we go into the house. We take this car out for a spin, so to call it, and we sell the CLS. And we can get out. We're in the Corvette and we teleport to here and we go to tune the Corvette. So we go to the US car tuner because every nation of cars has its own tuner. And we buy this tier 2 upgrade. We don't buy the tier 3 upgrade even though we have enough money for it because tier 3 is proven to be slower in the Tour of the Island. It's harder to drive. A lot harder to drive in fact. Okay, we go to this mission. These missions where you basically take someone to a place. We have to complete them at perfect rank, which has the same issues as Enzo Delivery, because you can also get spawning invisible cars, and you need to complete them perfectly to receive the required amount of tokens. How I did not lose points from that, I don't know. So this driving meter on the left has to be at 60 when we reach the end point. Conditions for losing points is the same as Enzo Delivery, so going off-road, crashing into AI. I hope you just saw that boss, yeah. If people complain about AI in GTA San Andreas, then they clearly have not played this. Nice and easy in 6th gear. Good, perfect. Now we have explored the route that we need during that last mission. We need to teleport, come on, at this intersection to do a speed trap event. You can see that we started the engine with during the cutscene. In this speed trap event, it's a straight line, and after we pass the last speed trap, kind of radar, then we can exit the mission. If someone doesn't like blinking objects, I should probably have warned to not look at the screen. Yeah, last point has been passed. And we do the last mission before buying some clothes and heading for the last race. Which is funny that the last race is actually the longest part of the run, but yeah. Give it some wheel spin around the corner. This junction can be a bit problematic. Yeah, thankfully there was not traffic parked on the junction, which can sometimes make it impossible to get past. Okay, how am I gonna get through that? Oh no! Sorry. I was kind of hoping I would be able to skim on the sidewalk. No.
Turn left.
That was purely my fault. That was not the game being bad.
You are driving in the wrong direction.
Come on,
Please turn
change gear.
around. You are
Okay.
driving in the wrong direction.
Right.
Please turn around.
I see this is a festival of right-hand lanes.
If you're stressed,
Invisible AI. Yeah, this is why I have a 1 hour 30 minutes
turn left.
estimate. Because of this. Okay, how about we go in fourth gear?
Please turn around.
Yeah, the engine will love
Driving
this.
in the wrong direction. Please turn around.
We're in the bottom gear, yes. If someone likes sound
Driving
of
in the wrong direction.
not very happy
Please turn
engine,
around.
then got you covered. You can see that the AI just went off the road,
You are driving
which is
in
good.
the wrong direction.
Would have been
Please
worse
turn
if it went
around.
my way. Okay,
You are driving in the wrong direction. Please turn around.
hey, good. Okay, now we buy some clothes. No, I don't want to target with GPS. Okay, now we have to buy lots of clothes. This is why we had to do those missions perfectly, so we can get 10 tokens, and each of these clothes costs 1 token, and we need 10 clothes to get an achievement. And expert level, yes, expert level, good. Now we need to teleport to here. You can teleport further, but this is basically like safe strats. Expert level, yeah, so this should mean we're pretty much there. So now we just have to drive there. Drive to the Tour of the Island race, which is just a straight line from here. If you ever play this game and you get to this point and you don't have the race unlocked or don't get expert rank, teleport a bit further down the roads, because sometimes the problem is that you don't have enough miles covered, distance covered. And we have the Tour of the Island race here. So get your drinks ready, because we have 30 minutes of high engine revving fun.
3, 2,
Yes. Okay, these guys go to the outside, I'll take inside, thank you. I was pushing me a bit on the rear, I was wondering why I was going a bit to the right side. Ah, fine. This will not be a close race. It might seem now that it's a close race, but it will not be a close race, and you will see why. Look, straight line, AI braking. Yeah, I braked as well. Okay, let's go outside now. Yeah, Koenigsegg has a bit of an advantage on the straights, but he brakes on the straights, which does not help him.
I have another brief donation whenever you get time.
Go ahead, yeah.
So, life's meaning is dropping big $75 to make it up to the goal of 1,500 saved for Tom and for the animals. Thank you, Lai. Much love to you.
That's good. Keep donating, there's still 40 minutes of this run left, and there's plenty more runs today, so plenty of time to donate. So once once we get out of the town, it'll be kind of more interesting on this race. Sorry, I was just looking at the chat. Someone said my mic blurked. Not sure why that is. Oh, okay, okay. So this Koenigsegg is gonna catch us up on the straights. He has better top speed than us, but Corvette is like unbeatable in acceleration. For these guys anyway. So this race, Tour of the Island, takes us around the whole map. Like the perimeter of the map pretty much. So it is quite long and it has some quite interesting sections. There is some cuts that you can do, but I don't really do those cuts. Which is why I'm 10 minutes behind world record. There was, I believe, 4 people that attempted runs of this. I have a 1:17:20, 1 hour 17 minutes 20 seconds. Which, if I remember correctly, because I haven't watched that back a long time, my PB was actually on the Polish GSPS marathon, I believe. So that's 1:17:20. Evil from the Czech Republic has the world record at 1 hour 7. At least that's what's listed on the speedrun.com table of this game. And there is also a listed run of 1 hour 19. Yeah, this kind of inward sliding thing that I do, I mean, not only I, because I'm mostly doing Evil's route. You're gonna see this a lot. Shifting down, kind of sliding inward. There's gonna be a lot of that in this anyway. So we're going through the kind of suburbs of the main town. This race has like 5 checkpoints, so you can pretty much cut wherever you want between those checkpoints. As long as you get those checkpoints, it doesn't care where you go. Yeah, there is rocks there. Okay, yeah. Let's go further and not look back on that.
At the next intersection, turn right.
Yeah, this car, when you tune it from stock, it exponentially loses handling the more tuning you do. Which is why we don't do tier 3, because it's kind of a compromise at tier 2 where it's still drivable.
At the next intersection, turn left. Turn left.
But it's not like, it's still fast, but it's still drivable. That's the compromise. It's not gonna be tier 3 fast, but drivability on this track of all things is more important than speed. With the amount of corners it has. It has a really good pull at 6th gear as well. It doesn't hurt to sometimes shift up a bit earlier. You can drift in this game, but kind of drift. You can call it drifting, I guess, yeah. There's a few areas when we'll be using a similar technique to, if anyone's ever played Colin McRae 2.0. There's a technique in that game where you hit the rear of the car of guardrails to kind of slide through corners. We'll be using that in a few places, hopefully. If you take it slower, there is no need, but if you want to maximize speed, you can do that. Because there is no simulation damage in this game, so you can damage your car and it doesn't do anything, it's just visual. So as you can see, the top speed is pretty bad, which means that Woody there in the Koenigsegg is catching up to us on the straights. Some people say that TD1 handling is very bad, and I can sort of agree that it's not amazing, but it's definitely a game that you just have to get used to. You just have to play it a few times and you kind of have a rough idea of how to drive the cars. Doesn't change the fact that the gearbox is very moody. But it definitely helps to play a few times to understand how the game works. And the run itself, I mean, kind of what you will see will kind of explain itself. Okay, recover, yes, off the wall. Good, okay. Yeah, what you will see will kind of explain why this run is very easy to pick up, and if anyone likes racing games, I think this one is a good starter. Because this game you can pick up on eBay for dirt cheap. And yeah, the run isn't too hard at all. Like, run itself takes around 1 hour 20 minutes for someone new, maybe 30 minutes, and most of the run is the race at the end, so you just have to learn the first like 30 minutes, which has the main broken part of the game. That's it. It's good to not hold the accelerator while jumping, because your wheels will spin, and when you land you will go left and right. The car will kind of oscillate left and right, which is not good. You want to avoid that. You want good stability during landings. I'll just use this chance to go onto the other lane. As I said, the game does not really care where you go. This piece of road is just a bit more straight than the line underneath. Ah, of all places. Okay. See, it's also a good thing for new people to racing games, because there is no like big penalty for binning it into the wall or off-road. You can just spam B key and get back onto the road. Oddly satisfying, says Life's Meaning. I'm glad that it is satisfying. It's satisfying for the runner if you get it right. Especially if you're like on the Tour of the Island race and you see that you're green or gold. In my case, I don't use gold splits on life split, I use rainbow splits. It's only satisfying when you see that you've done all the broken parts correctly, and then it's all down to just this race. Because like there is not much time you can lose on this race.
Turn right, turn left.
Yeah, you can cut through like intersections like that a bit. Not much, but saves a bit of time.
At the next intersection, turn right. Turn right.
You can go on the left side of that road as well, if you want. But that's a bit of, like, that's a good bit of grass to cross, which loses time obviously on being on the grass. There's also TDU2 obviously, and soon we'll have TDU Solar Crown, which I'm excited about. Because I wanted a sequel to TDU2 really badly. And I'm very happy to see that there is one coming. Yeah, perfectly calculated. So TDU2 is Pretty similar to this, I must say. I've played TD2. The handling is a bit different, yeah. Obviously the map is way newer. There's new cars which are faster. Yeah, here I used the thing I was talking about from Colin McRae, where you tap the rear of the car, not the front, rear. You can cut straight through here, just make sure to not hold the accelerator all the time through it. You can see the furthest away AI are 1.4 miles away. Only Woody Boy is holding up. Probably just because of my crashing into walls. I see that comment, I will read in a second. This camera perspective, I just prefer it. There is... I can show... Yeah, there is this camera perspective. There's HUD, there is cockpit view, which has kind of muted sound, which makes sense because it is cockpit view. I just prefer this because it kind of, you know where the center of the road is pretty much. And you get a good view of the road, not obstructed by anything. Cutting inside of curbs kind of helps cornering sometimes. It kind of throws the car into that general direction of the turn, which helps. Yeah, no worries. If you have any questions about the game, then I probably will be able to answer them, as long as it's not coding things, because this game hasn't been decoded, let's say, as much as things like GTA, San Andreas, or 3. It hasn't been broken in that sense. Probably because the community of this game is very small. Full run categories have, as I said, probably 4 people at all that ever attempted a run, and ILs are the ones that are most played. There was a really good amount of people playing ILs. Still is. Because like, oh, is this car better on this track? Is like this car differently tuned? Maybe like second spec of tune is better for this car on this track. You know, a lot of factors that come into that. This is gonna be a rip, I think, or else I can recover. Yes, I can recover. Okay. Yes, yeah, there is third person as well, which has its benefit of, you know, being able to see a bigger field of view and being higher up, which I'm all for higher up cameras in games, because like you see as you should. This is too low for me, but then again, it's better than anything else that we have available. So we're on the coast now, like most of the time, because this is an island after all. Yeah, tapping the handbrake to try and get some slide going. Following racing lines is an option in this game. Sometimes I will do it, but sometimes it's just not really worth it. It's not this kind of game where you would gain a substantial amount of time by following racing lines. It's not really iRacing or Assetto Corsa. Which is fair because it's meant for the more casual players. Okay, here we have a very tight bend. I was gonna say, before I did that, trying to go to the right hand side because there is a pile of rocks there. Lampposts and rocks in this game you cannot destroy. Trees, basically any props you cannot destroy. Which is better in games like Need for Speed actually, because if they use props they make them movable, make them have physics, and in this no. Then again, pretty sure this came out before Carbon and Most Wanted, so not much to complain. Again, cutting in like the right hand side of the wheel onto the right hand side of the curb, and the left hand side to the left hand side of the curb to aid steering. You can really see the render distance, how bad it is. Things popping in like 2 meters before. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, I think I said at the start of the run, this game supports windowed mode in a very weird sense. Since you can play windowed mode by forcing it with the kind of pause and saying pause W. Come on, change here. Pause W in the executable launching options, but that turns off anti-aliasing and sets the world detail to low. Sorry, I was just looking at what happened to the AI because they were very close and then suddenly just disappeared. Yeah, you can force window mode by the pause W in the executable launching options. That turns the anti-aliasing to off and forces details to low, which also sets render distance to very low. Or you can play in full screen, and then you can play on any resolution you want, even 4K, but the problem with 4K is that the game crashes quite a lot in 4K after a little bit of time. Or you also have the option to set anti-aliasing, filtering all to maximum, which makes this game look actually pretty good. So around 30% of this race already done. Some AI is catching up to me. Yeah, the Koenigsegg is like one of the only AIs. I guess it's good to drink, yeah. It's good to drink because it's very hot. Shite. Do not ever drink while driving. It's currently 28 degrees in my room. I'm usually more suited to being 20 degrees. So I am boiling. Yeah. All island people will know. UK and Ireland. What's up? Absolutely boiling for the last 3 days. Catching Woody in his slipstream, drifting. If anyone remembers that Need for Speed No Limits trailer, then yeah. Good meme. $206 miles an hour. There's also an option to play this with the SLK Mercedes from the start of the game. It is not fun. I tried it once, and I basically the entire race was just holding the AI off because the Mercedes SLK top speed is like 150 miles an hour. Basically, it has no top speed. Roasting past few days in the UK, says life, nice meaning, yeah. My room is like on the side where the sun shines all the time, so when the walls get like heated up during the entire day, it's also impossible to go to sleep. Yeah, it's not fun. Which is why I'm also kind of like amused how people in, say, Australia, all those places, how like it must be so hard. Then again, they get used to it, which is why they can deal with it. But anyone that goes there probably has a tough time for a few days to get used to it. More than 8 miles per hour. Zoom in. Absolutely zoom in. And we have the 3 out of 5 checkpoints. Did Corey do something? Ah. Oh yeah, air conditioners. Ah yes. Yeah, we don't have those because we have like a month that is like that. It makes sense. Oh yeah, sometimes on like those TV shows where they show houses from like the US, they have massive fans on the ceiling. I'm like, wow. Well yeah, that makes sense why they do, because they have like 40 degrees temperatures there. Oh, it was such a nice drift and it exited the drift, that's sneaky. Same in Sweden. Ah. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, that footpath really upset the car. As long as you don't crash, it's good. And if you crash, then, you know, spam B. Touche B. There will be a big highway in a second. I'll read them then. Nice Meaning said that they are moving to the kitchen so they can sit in the freezer. Oh, that's good. That is good. I wish that was an option. Freezer is a good bet, actually. Yeah. If you happen to work in a shop, maybe you have one of those big fridges for food. Yeah, that's also an option. You can see again, like kind of slipping the left side tire off the road, hitting it off the curb, and it just pops back up and turns the car nicely into the corner. We're into this small town again. Basically, there's like a few small towns on this map, scattered around the island, so it's just not one big town and then nothing else.
At the next intersection, turn right.
we need to cut corners as much as possible because that's where we kind of gain time on Woody. Because his cornering is not great. Also, he has to follow the set AI line, which we don't. Tom Panu says that he works, that they work in a kitchen, so they went into the fridge freezer more than once. I can't blame you. I would do the same in situations like now. Hopefully I can have... No, I can't have a drink now.
At the next intersection, turn right. Turn right.
Okay, now. Keep hydrated, not high rated. Yes, hydrated. I mean high rated. Yeah, you should be high rated. Really catching up, we can just block him. It doesn't matter. Also, if you go in front of them, the AI will brake, which is also a strat if you want to complete this in a starter car. You just have to go in front of them and they will not pass. See, with Tune 3 of the Corvette, we would have higher top speed, but the drivability of the car just goes to the bin with that. Also, as you can see, the furthest away AI are like 3 miles away. Pretty sure I saw 6, but on one of them, but... Okay, yeah. Yeah, Woody slows down for bumps. He doesn't like jumping. Probably because the AI would just die every corner if they were to jump, because they just can't handle jumps. This we can just go straight through. There's gonna be a nasty cliff section after this. It's good not to bin it there. Yeah, pretty much here. There's also a corner here that it's easy to miss. And some hidden curves, pretty much hidden. Yeah, coming up. Yeah, slow down on the stop sign for good measure. Not stop sign, but corner warning sign kind of, yes. There is some barriers that you can get stuck on here that the B button doesn't work on. That's pretty much straight road from here. Just a few small bends, and that's it. Yeah, that's why B button is very good in this game. The last AI is like 3 miles away. Not much to worry about in that regard. 3 out of 5 checkpoints, nearly up to 4th. Just going back to the thing that Life's Meaning said before, that this run is always satisfying. It can be said about pretty much most racing games, that like if you nail a corner, if you nail a corner like really well, do it well, take it perfectly on the line, carry so much speed through it, it can be very satisfying. That's pretty much for all racing games. Doing well in them is satisfying, which is hard, very hard. And very few people, like, there's a select few people in the world who are like esports drivers that get it so well. Which you kind of have to play them like every day. That's kind of why guys who are in like the Gran Turismo esports leagues, some of them actually that went through the Gran Turismo Academy, they drive in the real Le Mans series. They like only ever play Gran Turismo to get that level of skill. Because of course some of it is going to be dependent on the game. Like basic techniques you're going to carry over from game to game. But some things are going to be specific for every game. Like you can play Most Wanted and then go to this, and it won't be the same. Like you'll know how to, like you have to take a line through a corner the same way, but how you try do it is different in Most Wanted than in this, because the games handle differently. That's pretty much the case for everything, to be fair. So we're on the way to the last checkpoint, which is gonna be the finish line. Hope I haven't went off on too much over the estimate.
At the next intersection, turn right. Turn right.
Yeah, just kind of grinding or grazing the barrier a bit to keep most of the speed. So now we're going kind of from the left side, from the north, we're going back into the town. Are on our way back to the town. Which, I mean, you can see how, like, this game is not really that new. And it had this kind of size of map, which was spectacular back then. Because Forza wasn't a thing back then. Like, Horizon didn't exist. So you had this on, like, I'd like to say PS1, no, not PS1, PS2, sorry. But this on PS2. Which was amazing, like, so many cars, customization, lots of races, lots of different things to do. 116. Oh yeah, that's okay. We'll go to like 125, I think. 124. Because it's like 6-7 minutes from now. Left. Should be 41-42 minutes. So this game was a banger back then. It's like it had things most other games didn't have. Of course the graphics weren't like top tier. But even now they hold up pretty well. Not this, because this is lowest graphics, but like if you max it out, maybe even drop, I don't know how reshade looks in this game. I know there's a Platinum mod which adds so many new cars, and there's online as well. Yeah, this game is alive to this day. Not in the speedrunning department as much. Although, as I said, ILs are still well and goodly alive, but Yeah, online, casual online for this game is still alive. TDU2 as well. Although at TDU2 I think there was some more work going on. Yeah, more jumpy sections. Yeah, trees like that, the low trees, you can drive through their leaves, but bushes, like standing bushes, you will not be able to drive through. Those will throw you in the air. Which I'm pretty sure there was a thing like that at the start of the run where I drove into a bush and it just popped me into the air. Whoosh. There's gonna be some highway bits in a moment. Some roads we'll have discovered already, so you may recognize some places. Maybe not 41, 42, I think. Maybe in 3 minutes, I don't know. 14 miles should be good. This here, yeah, so the point is, I didn't show it, but I'll just say what the point is through that corner, why you want to cut outside of the road. You want to cut outside of the road so you can jump straight through, because the direction of the road is the same before and after the turn. So just not to take the turn, just jump up and land pointing the same direction, just keep going. That is the point. How it is meant to be done, not jumping into the lamppost. Some highway stuff now. No point grinding the walls because they'll just kick you out. Because the walls have some jutting bits at some places, so they'll just like they'll throw you onto the road. Yeah, I wasn't a PB run this, but hopefully I showed some things like the broken parts of the game and like the key mechanics of how it works. So hopefully the broken parts of this game, like the achievement grinding and like the grinding of quick races, maybe that will attract some people into this game, because I think it deserves a bigger community than it has. For what it is, like, it is worth trying at least. Even if you do one run, I think it's worth trying. Especially it doesn't cost so much, you can buy it for like single-digit euros on eBay. A DVD, so... yeah, very much worth trying. Yeah, Woody's just about to catch us up, but he's gonna have to slow down. Stabilizing the car by just stopping the rear. Yeah, SLK is a lot better in terms of on this route. It doesn't drift, sure, but SLK is slower. And out of all the cars they tested, that it's fastest to just use Corvette. Also because buying cars also like requires time, and then also the fact that you only have a limited budget to work with, so you can't get most of the supercars for 100,000. So the Corvette is like the best budget car. So turn onto the right, we have only 2 miles left. We're back onto familiar roads now.
At the next intersection, turn right.
If you're in the SLK and you're trying to complete this mission, a race, and you're having trouble at the end, that cut I just did right there, if you carry enough speed through that, that's your only chance. So yeah, we're just about at the end, so timer finishes when we cross the finish line. So from here I would like to thank everyone for watching this. Thank you for having this game and myself on the marathon. And yeah, thank you for watching. Keep donating, keep watching, more to come. Thank you, and see you tomorrow for Formula Challenge for myself. And have fun.
Thank you for that run, magentically. It was a nice watch. It was a long last race.
True.
But yeah, it was really fun to watch. Hope you in chat enjoyed it as well.
Oh, thank you. It was not perfect by any means, but hopefully showed the main bits, and that's what really counts.
Thank you very much. Good stuff. It was quite a nice looking game as well, and I loved the like setting the race in line like 200 meters away,
Yes,
freaking it. I was like, that's pretty cool.
it's very funny.
Awesome, as well. Next up, we've got ODW with Final Fantasy Chronic Chronicles. Bit of a mouthful, but we will be on with that soon. Thank you very much for being here, and thank you, Tom, as well.
Thank you to Tom.
And we'll see you soon. See you tomorrow.